Welcome to the channel. Let's make gluten-free cornbread today, but not just any gluten-free cornbread. Let's make a gluten-free broccoli cheddar cornbread. And there's also an ingredient in there that's kind of secret, but all over the place right now. I'm Jamie with SavorySaver. I share gluten-free recipes, tips, tricks, and resources to make your gluten-free lifestyle easier. So let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is get an 8x8 or a 9x9 baking pan, and you want to spray it with some non-stick cooking spray so we can get that baked off. I don't see why a round cast iron about the same size wouldn't work. If you typically cook your cornbread in cast iron, I would definitely try that. So let's put this off to the side. Let's get our dry ingredients together. The recipe calls for 1 cup of flour, so I'm just swapping out regular flour for this gluten-free King Arthur measure for measure. Has everything in it you need, and I think for a cornbread it's gonna work just fine. So I've got a cup of that. I also wanna add 1 cup of yellow cornmeal, 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and a half teaspoon of fine salt. Let's whisk everything together. I've left a little bit of a well in the center just to put in our wet ingredients. So for the wet ingredients, I've got 1 large beaten egg, 1/4 of a cup of vegetable oil, 3/4 of a cup of sour cream. So that's gonna add some moisture and a little bit of flavor from the tanginess. This is full fat sour cream. The not so secret ingredient I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we're gonna add 1/2 cup of small curd cottage cheese. Cottage cheese seems to be everywhere right now. So that's gonna add some protein to it actually, along with some moisture. And I am using full fat or 4% cottage cheese. You could use the light if you wanted to, I'm sure. I'm gonna add 1 cup of chopped broccoli. Now the recipe I found said to use 1 cup of frozen broccoli cuts that had been thawed and patted dry. I actually had fresh broccoli, so I just steamed it and then chopped it up. So it's about 1 cup. The recipe also calls for 2 tablespoons of minced onions, and I minced them super fine. So I chopped them up and then continued to chop and mince them for a minute or so because I want to make sure they cook. So super fine on that. Of course, if you didn't want onions, you could leave it out. If you didn't have onions, you could probably use, 1/2 teaspoon or so of onion powder maybe to add some flavor. The recipe does not call for this, but I want cheddar cornbread. So I'm gonna add, I don't know, this is probably almost 1 cup of sharp cheddar that's shredded. And the only review on this recipe was that it was dry, and I'm not real sure how it's so dry with all these moisture containing ingredients, but the cheese will add a little bit more moisture and a little bit more flavor. So let's get everything mixed together. And I actually think the recipe said to mix the wet ingredients with the dry ingredients first and then fold in the other stuff, but we're gonna see how this does. All right, so it does appear to be a little dry at this point, and I don't feel like it really has the moisture it should have. So I think, because sometimes we have to problem solve in the middle of a recipe, especially while converting things to gluten-free, I think I'm gonna do another egg. I think that's gonna add some moisture as well as some structure. So I think I'm gonna do that as opposed to any additional liquids per se. All right guys, 1 more beaten egg. Let's get that mixed in. All right, so I've mixed it all in and that feels much better to me, and I can hear the moisture in it. I don't know how appealing that sounds, but I can definitely hear that it has some moisture in it now, and I think it's gonna do better. So let's get this into the pan. All right, it's all in the pan. It's been spread out. The original recipe called for baking this at 375 degrees for 30 to 35 minutes or until a toothpick inserted comes out clean. However, I added another egg and I added cheddar cheese, both which were not in the original recipe. So I'm gonna still check it at the time that the recipe states, but I'm probably gonna have to bake it just a little longer, so we shall see, and I will let you know how that goes. So let's get this baked off. I'm gonna cool it for about 10 minutes once it's done, and then we're gonna give it a taste. So it's been 35 minutes, let's check it. The color is great. And my toothpick is clean. So I'm gonna let this cool for just about 10 minutes, then I'm gonna get it out of the pan and we'll give it a taste. So our gluten-free cornbread is finished. It did take the 35 minutes, of course, as I just said, and I think it came out really well. You can see all the bubbles in there from the rise. You can see the cheese in there, the broccoli pieces. I really think that egg improved because I converted this over from an original recipe that was gluten, of course. So I think problem solving as I went worked really well, this time anyway. It does appear to be pretty moist. The one thing that the review said with the original version is that it was dry. I think the egg helped with that. I also think the addition of the cheese that was not in the original recipe helped with that. You know, it's got sour cream, which is gonna help, you know, moisten the bread as well as keep it tender. It's got cottage cheese that's probably gonna do some of those same things. And then we added more cheese and an egg. So I think it really came out well. So I do have the end piece. I cut the end off so I could get better pictures. I really like the flavor of this. I can taste the broccoli. I can taste the cheese. It's tender. It's not dry yet. Guys, it's cornbread with the gluten-free flour. So that cornmeal and the gluten-free flour, it may dry out in a day or so. I don't have a good answer for that at this point. So that is one thing you want to watch for, but regular cornbread gets like that. So cornbread isn't meant to be a super moist bread. So if you're looking for that, you're probably not going to get it, especially after day one. But regular cornbread isn't like that either. So now let me get the big piece of the loaf and we'll look at that just a little closer. So it's still pretty warm. And again, you can see the broccoli, you can see the cheese. It's nice and golden on the sides. I don't want to lift it upside down because I'll probably drop it. But let's tilt it a little bit. It is golden underneath, and that was just in a non-stick baking pan. So if you did this in your cast iron, it's probably gonna come out really nice. The extra egg helped with the lift, as well as that baking powder. I like this recipe, guys. I can't tell you how it's gonna be tomorrow, but as far as today, I can't really tell it's gluten-free. It has a really good taste to it, so if you like the flavors of broccoli and cheddar, I think this is a good one to try. Guys, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave me any comments below, questions. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.